This is Matthew from Nerd News Today. We're here at Toy Fair 2023. We're now at the Mego booth, and we're hanging out with Paul Clarke.
How you doing?
How's it going, Paul?
Awesome.
So good to see you guys back here. We got a lot to talk about with Mego, and we're going to take a look at the figures in a minute, but there's something else here that's now the talk of Toy Fair, you guys are saying. That would be the 2XL. What's the deal with this guy? So Sabine is going to tell us now about the 2XL. What's going on, Sabine?
The 2XL is the latest smart toy, actually only a fully integrated AI smart toy that's right now being the showstopper everywhere else in the world. It's 100% child safe, which has the most impeccable guardrails in place, notifications to parents in case kids saying something. And I was wondering, Matthew, would you like to say hi to 2XL?
Sure, let's do that. Hello, 2XL.
Ready for some fun? Let's chat about your favorite hobbies, movies, or anything else you're interested in. What's on your mind?
You can ask him any question.
All right, 2XL, tell me about Ghostbusters.
Hey, Ghostbusters is a cool movie about a group of people who catch ghosts. It's funny, exciting, and has awesome gadgets. You should definitely check it out.
Okay, that is awesome. I was not expecting an actual answer for that, Sabine. I thought I was going to stump 2XL, but so how does this guy actually work?
2XL is fully open AI. It is integrated with every single AI that's currently out there with all the child safety features in place.
Where people use cool gadgets to catch ghosts. 2XL works by using programmed responses and buttons to interact with users.
It's literally answering my own question about it. That's so cool.
So the 2XL is the first active toy where kids actually can talk again to it versus having to press buttons and do a whole lot of things. It is for collaboration, it is getting kids together, it does interact, answers any question that you wanted to ask within the child guidelines and the child safety, parental safety features that they're putting in place. It can do interactive story mode, it can tell not just stories, but it also does games. It's becoming a true companion to kids. And one of the coolest features, if I may show you this, which I find is my favorite piece in the world. Hey 2XL, I came home from school and I get really sad and somebody's bullying me all the time. What should I do?
Hey there, I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling sad. Remember, you're awesome just the way you are. Don't let bullies bring you down. Stay strong and talk to someone you trust.
That's so cute.
So we have the really cool feature built in that in case there's something going on, parents actually get a notification about it and they know something before it happens. Also, you can tell it to build in eat more green vegetables, or do your beds, or go outside and play and tell us some cool things that you do. It's really truly the first interactive toy that's out there.
That's very cool. So that's 2XL, and that's a lot of fun. And now we're going to take a look at some Mego figures, because it's the 50th anniversary of the world's greatest superhero lines, and who better to talk to about that than Paul Clarke. Paul, how's it going?
Right. Oh, it's going so cool. It is awesome. We were able to do, for the 50th anniversary of the world's greatest superheroes line, the DC superheroes, we were able to do the packaging, box packaging from 1972, the large emblem Superman, and with a 50th anniversary logo. But we were able to get the same item number. We give it the same item number as the original, 5100, 513, and the same artwork. DC said to us, well, we don't know where this artwork came from, so we can't let you use it. I said, well, let me tell you, this was a Kurt Swan Superman that was redrawn by a Mego artist named Mike Jamaican, who, in the old days, they didn't have digital files. You got an actual physical drawing that Mego artists had to light box on to make it smaller or larger. So they end up redrawing everything. So this isn't so much a DC art anymore, it's Mego art. And they said, well, then it's Mego, you guys can use it. So we're able to use exactly the same artwork. This was actually an image of Flash from Annual 1 that Michael Lincoln or Jamaica, whatever his name was, redrew to make an Aquaman.
So that's why it looks like he's running, okay.
Right, and that's why it looks like he's running. Because at the time, the stock artwork that DC had for Aquaman was from the sticker set that was sold in the comics. And it was like a swimming circle thing. But it didn't look right on the Mego package. So he said, well, I'll just redraw Aquaman to fit. So
it's so cool to see these back in this like classic style
and
packaging.
It is.
It really is.
And seeing these, and the best part is when guys have encountered them at retail, they get hit with this memory of their moms buying it for them in the store, and they kind of get choked up, and I love it. I love to hear these guys. Each one is a little time machine that brings you back to when you were a kid. And we also did figures that were never done before,
That's right.
like Flash and Green Lantern. Every one of us, Mego fans, always wanted Flash and Green Lanterns. We never could understand why Mego didn't do them. Well, Mego now did them.
They look really nice.
Classic artwork.
Oh yeah.
What would they use? Now, for 2024, we're going to have new, expanding the World's Greatest Superheroes line to include Red Tornado, Dr. Fate, Deadman, and Firestorm. Classic characters from the DC Universe, and Nightwing.
Oh wow, Nightwing.
We put out the World's Greatest Supervillains, and now we're expanding it to include Brainiac, Two-Face, and Bizarro.
That Bizarro was a lot of fun.
Superman's worst friend. Where everybody else is Batman's arch enemy, Bizarro is Superman's worst friend.
He am the best at being the worst, or is he is the worst at being the best? I get it confused too. But you know what I mean, Paul.
So, coming out, and then, sorry, 2XL. You're just going to have to stop howling it in my thing. We're working on the Supergirls. Like with the others, we'll probably expand the line. But just wanted to show the 4. Those are vintage figures, but we're going to, just like with the 50th anniversary other figures, we're going to stick very faithful to the originals. The 14-inch. We did 14-inch figures, and we brought these in just to show as a sampling. The format's still there. I mean, it's just a matter of we do production based on what retailers order. So Toy Fair is a perfect place to show off what we can do with as a company.
Yeah.
And if customers want to order more 14-inch, that's great.
And perfect choices, by the way. Love this giant Gorn.
Oh, come on, 14-inch Gorn. I was at a Star Trek convention in LA showing that, and I was like, 14-inch Gorn! This is the 50th anniversary Star Trek line, which will be coming out in spring of 2024.
This is basically like retro style packaging too, right?
Absolutely. It is exactly the retro style packaging. When Paramount saw the 50th anniversary of DC, we told them we'd like to do the original 1975 Star Trek packaging. And they said, yeah, that's great. We love it. So we'll be doing these.
These look exceptionally great here too, I gotta say. I mean, the packaging is amazing.
These are the vintage figures, by the way. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Right?
But the point is, it is important that we get the texture, the fabric that was used to make these head sculpts exactly the same. The head, McCoy's probably a little head rubbed. These came out of my dining room. So I tried to take as mint as I could, but...
Get a shot of this Klingon too over here, classic
yeah, shoot
Klingon.
the Klingon.
Of course shoot the Klingon.
Well,
Diplomacy never works with them.
Well, now, I also did...
Oh, so here we go. We got
Core the Klingon. All right, and Kang the Klingon from the original series. Where Mego... The Mego figures were really based on the animated series. That was the Klingon in the animated series. But as a Star Trek fan, I've always wanted a Klingon that looks just like the show. And we also did Kang. I haven't done Koloff yet.
Still plenty of time for that though. Why not? Let's get all 3 together.
And I'm not doing the Balding Klingon from Friday's Child. He just looked boring.
This is why I love doing these talks with you, Paul, because you know all the Star Trek references.
I'm a Trekkie. I am. Next Generation, we've done these. We will be expanding the line. But Toy Fair is a time to just kind of show, your product lines. So,
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. Great show. Love it. We already released these. These are in stores now. Pike and Spock.
Pike and Spock, yeah. That's a great Ethan pack.
Yeah, thank you.
It's actually very good, Ethan Peck. And this is Rebecca Romaine over here as Una. We got our first Una. Wow, that's a great head sculpt.
Thank you. I wanted her to do it with long hair, but they wanted her with the bun from season 1.
Now, is she going to come with any accessories?
Well, of course. But, you know, I mean, everybody comes with phasers, but I think she has to actually have rooted hair coming out of her head.
And down here, I know a few of these also have been out a while ago.
Well, these were from
it's cool to see them.
For the Tops line. And we show them, you know, for distributors outside the U.S. And these are the not Tops versions. I think Wharf is the Tops version because I think it's a better look. But the Tops deal is over, so, you know, we'll be revisiting all these. The Enduring Ambassador, which they shoved in the corner here. You guys are going to want to see that. Let me bring him out.
Let's do that.
Because, you know, he's a thing of beauty.
That is a great Endorian.
Okay. Now, the Mego Endorian was actually based on the Orion that was disguised as an Endorian.
That's some real serious trivia right there.
This is the actual Endorian Ambassador. This is Ambassador Scars from Journey to Babel. With the, you know, making sure the vest will be, the vest is accurate. The outfit won't be chainmail like this. It's more of a white, you know, like the bodysuit for the Endorian, the Mego Endorian. So that's, and actually it's even Romulan boots in black. Because in all the photography on this, and watching them in high definition, you know, high res, I still can't see what his footwear looks like. But yeah, the sculpt is by James Brady, who also did our Chekhov, Sulu, Khan, and the Gorn.
Wow.
So
tremendous looking head sculpt there.
Thank you. James is a huge Trekkie. The Telosian, the original Telosian from the series, head sculpt by Andy Cavalt. He's not, I know everybody's like, oh, he should be on a smaller body. Yeah, I don't have one. That or I'd have to do the child body, and that's too small.
Oh yeah.
So I think, you know, I think you can do the what they did in old movies. They used to dig a trench to make the women look smaller, look shorter than the men, or the men would wear lifts.
So everybody put your Telosian in a trench.
That's right.
That's the way to display them.
Yes. The Borg Queen was part of actually the Tops line.
Oh, okay. So it's
But
so here's the Borg Queen as well. Make sure we get her in there.
It's kind of hard to do because you want to make her sexy but creepy at the same time.
Yeah, mission accomplished, I'd say.
You know. But they're like, she doesn't look good. Like, she's not supposed to. But, you know.
You definitely got the slimy look on her though, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and that was important. I told the factory she has to have a slick sheen on her.
Just kind of compare to like Data, just so you guys can see a little comparison. There's Data, you can see how smooth and matte he is, but that Borg Queen is very shiny, very glossy. So not only does Mego have Star Trek, of course they have plenty of other licenses, a lot of new stuff here, but let's talk about this beauty right here.
This was Pinocchio. We did this for Netflix, based on the Guillermo del Toro film. They came to us in like last September and said, we need this in time for Christmas. And we said, well, we're going to have to do Pinocchio as a new body. We couldn't just put a child body in a costume like that. It just wouldn't look right. So they actually sent us some digital files from the production itself.
Wow.
And we were able to tool a new body.
That's tremendous. This is amazing.
And same with the Cricket, Sebastian J. Cricket, and the head sculpt of Geppetto, thank you, came also from the production files. So we were able to work hand in glove with the production company to produce this and get really nice art and images to be able to put this out. And he won the Academy Award.
That's amazing looking.
For Best Picture. And we were at Walmart by Christmas.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, that was great work.
So let's run down some of what else is new here up on top. We got Ted Lasso getting a figure.
Yes. The show is just so well received and so popular. While I'm not thrilled about doing just a guy in a sweater, he's a heck of a guy. So, you know, sometimes the sometimes the character transcends the outfit.
Now here's a cool surprise. I was not expecting to see these guys here.
We're working with Netflix again on their live action, and this is still being worked on. This is not the final.
Okay.
So you don't want anybody to freak out on the internet. We are, starting with the two most popular characters, and as the show comes out, we don't want to put up 5 figures and spoil the surprise. So,
Well, I mean, the outfits look great. They look like they're just straight from the show.
try, and these are the new
Zoro and
Mego
Luffy
body.
looking so good.
Great.
Let's head
Alice
over.
Cooper's a longtime favorite we've wanted to do for quite a while. Had finally got everything going and was able to get them out.
So finally, your Mego characters can feed their Frankenstein.
Yeah. I just thought this was the coolest outfit from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It's a very toyetic outfit.
It is, and actually this was the sleeves from the Mego Romulan.
Making a second appearance. That's some Star Trek trivia right there.
Yeah. Annabelle, you can never have enough creepy dolls.
Like,
I don't know, horror is a very popular category for Mego. It seems whereas Mego just did the 4 basic monsters, we find there's a lot of horror now. So
Krampus over here.
Krampus is huge in Europe.
Krampus is
And-
pretty huge here too
Well,
nowadays.
now it's kind of the anti-Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like the Nightmare Before Christmas crowd that wants to, we got an artist that is very good at the Basil Gogo style to do original art, to make for the packaging to pop on, when we don't have a style guide we have to follow.
Great looking there. And there's Creepshow Holiday Edition down here.
Oh, by the
Wow.
way, you can just take off the hat and the scarf, and he's, still the creep. But we're going to do a Christmas creep and a regular creep. But same sculpt. All right. So you have Ghostface. We have variations.
You've got Ghostface. You've got Ghostface. You've got Ghostface.
Well,
you've got Ghostface.
because if you look, the Ghostface fans really like to play on the mask.
Yeah, and each one of these is different.
Yeah, and we had the factory try out a bunch of different textures, and so we're selling it as an assortment. So you'll be able to collect them all. Because you know what I found? Apparently, Mego fans like the variations. They like to collect more than one.
We've got 2 more down here also. You can see a blue and a purple one.
It makes us stay on the ground and makes things fall down.
You guys can probably hear 2XL in the background right now as well.
Yeah, well,
I wonder what 2XL thinks about
2XL
Ghostface.
does all day.
Should keep going this way, I guess?
Okay, so basically just showing Planet of the Apes, have figures, and Toxic Avenger. These have been
Toxic.
released already. Sometimes we have to fill the wall.
Yeah, but it's good for folks who
We
might
did
not be
it.
too familiar with what's going on these days.
We like to show what we can do.
I mean, I actually don't think I've seen the Bride of Chucky in person
really?
before.
See,
Yeah,
that
it's
was
my
actually,
first time.
You know why? Because that was done as a Walmart exclusive
Ah, okay. Yeah,
for Happy New Fear last year. We did Chucky and Bride of Chucky.
I always love that Tim Curry Pennywise as well. There's another Creep Show down
Yeah,
there.
that's from the movie.
Ah, okay.
So, Creep is from the TV show. This is from the movie, 40-year-old, from 1982. So this is Father's Day with the cake. Where's my cake?
Great accessory. Of the Apollo Creed. All right, so let's head back over to this one now because we got a few more TV licenses.
Yes,
And here's
so-
another surprise,
Well,
at least for me.
House of Dragons is a new cool series for the people that, from the Game of Thrones universe. So we took the 2 most popular characters,
Daemon and
Aemon
Rhaenyra.
Targaryen and Rhaenyra Targaryen. And, that's where it isn't just people in clothes. It's really cool clothes.
They
It's,
are.
You got it. The planet known as the Red Planet because of its reddish appearance is Mars. Well done, you're on a roll.
And Matt Smith plays Daemon Targaryen. So definitely it's a chance to do a doctor.
Yes, an unofficial doctor figure, really.
Unofficial doctor.
Unofficial Doctor Who Mego.
So unofficial.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. These guys are having a renaissance these days. It feels like they're
Well,
everywhere now.
Yeah, it is because there is a real fan base that really digs it. we started with a couple, and we just find that more people, they do well. So, you know, my life is evil clowns, I guess.
I hear that.
And then not an evil clown is the Oompa Loompa.
But close, they're kind of adjacent.
We wanted to get him out in time for with Willy Wonka, but you know, we had some issues with the approval, so we'll put him out, and we'll probably make more Willy Wonkas to go with him.
Oh. It's more in the world of horror.
You know, you can't get away.
Mego and horror go together really well, though. It's true.
Good, because you know, I mean, like I said, Mego really couldn't do horror back in the old days. Now, all our stuff is 17 plus, so we're very much, you know, and yeah, Hammer horror. You know, I'm a big old horror movie fan.
Classic style Nosferatu as well.
Yes.
Get a good shot of him.
We'd put him in with new packaging just to see, you know, he's a figure we can keep in the assortment. We did Lord of the Rings quite a few years ago, and it didn't really seem to catch the audience. So we keep showing these to see if there's interest, you know, to see if we just maybe put it out at the wrong time and didn't.
What's on your mind? Ask me anything or share what's going on in your day.
Yeah, some more horror down here as well. Well, if you guys want Mego to do more Lord of the Rings, you got to let them know in these comments in this video below. So do let them know that. And we also just don't want to miss Rocky as well, hiding over here. So that is everything from Mego 2XL and figures. Thank you, Paul. Thank you on behalf of Sabine as well. Appreciate the tour. And all you guys who are watching here today, stick around. We've got more coming up at Toy Fair later today, so stay tuned to Nerd News Today.